Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. And friends, in this channel, we cover genomic investment and also cover diseases that our target companies are working on. And the reason why we cover the diseases that our target companies are working on is because there could be a university team or there could be a startup which is working on the same diseases. And if they come up with a therapy, the companies in our watch list which are working on the same disease are going to find a drop in their share price. So that's the reason why we started focusing on diseases. So our coverage of HIV has become very successful, and we have a huge audience that is focused on HIV therapy and the disease itself, and also from an investment perspective. We had done a mini series on diabetes to explain how type 1 and type 2 diabetes happen. And that's in our homepage on YouTube. You can go and have a look at the mini series out there. And we did cover therapies that are coming in for type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And today we are starting a new mini series on cancer. And there are different types of cancers, but this mini series is going to focus overall on the concept of cancer. And it's going to give the reasons why this happens and what are the therapies, what are the strategies that are in place. Once we finish this mini series, the viewer would have a working knowledge of what cancer is and how it affects the human body, what are the causes in general. And you'd also have a rough idea about what could be the therapy strategies that can be used. And after that, we'll start analyzing individual companies and their therapies which are in the FDA pipeline. And that will give us an idea of what is down the pipeline, how the therapy for cancer is going to improve, when to expect it, and so on. So that's the idea. And this mini series is going to focus on all types of cancers. We'll talk about various treatment options in the FDA clinical trial pipeline and also already approved gene therapies that are in the market for various types of cancers. We are going to look at them as well. And I would recommend that you subscribe and press the notify button if you do not want to miss any episodes of this mini series, because once we publish it and it goes into the homepage, then it's one among thousands of videos that I have made. So it's better to subscribe here so that you get a subscribe and press the notify button so that you get a notification as soon as any video is published, and then you can decide to watch it at your leisure. I'll have an episode out. I was initially planning to do every Sunday, but I missed this Sunday and I didn't want to delay it any further. So I'm going to introduce this on Tuesdays. So every Tuesday you can look at this at the next episode of this mini series to come out. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Cancer is a group of diseases characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells in the body. These abnormal cells can form tumors, invade nearby tissues and organs, and even spread to other parts of the body through the bloodstream or the lymphatic system. There are many different types of cancers, and each type is classified based on the type of cell that it initially affected. Some common types of cancers include lung cancer, which is more common than you may think, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer. While the exact cause of cancer is not always clear, some known risk factors include genetics, exposure to certain chemicals or radiation and poisons, and lifestyle factors such as smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and poor diet. Symptoms of cancer can vary depending on the type and stage of the disease, but some common signs may include unexplained weight loss, fatigue, pain, changes in skin or moles, and persistent coughing or hoarseness. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms or have concerns about your risk for cancer, it's important to speak with a healthcare provider for evaluation and guidance. The most common form of cancer worldwide is lung cancer. According to statistics, it accounts for almost 11.6% of all new cancer cases in 2020. According to the World Health Organization, this is followed by breast cancer 11.7%, colorectal cancer 10%, prostate cancer 7.3%, and stomach cancer 5.6%. It's important to note that most common types of cancer can vary by region and country depending on factors such as population demographics, lifestyle habits, and environmental exposures. Lymphoma is a type of cancer that affects the lymphatic system, which is a part of the body's immune system that helps to fight infections and diseases. Lymphoma occurs when the white blood cells called lymphocytes, which normally help to fight infections, grow and divide uncontrollably, forming tumors or masses in the lymph nodes or other lymphatic tissues. There are two main types of lymphomas: Hodgkin's lymphoma or HL and non-Hodgkin lymphoma or NHL. Not National Hockey League, but non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hodgkin's lymphoma is characterized by the presence of a specific type of abnormal cell called a Reed-Steinberg cell, while non-Hodgkin's lymphoma includes a wide range of lymphomas that do not have the Reed-Steinberg cells. Both types of lymphoma can have varying degrees of severity and can affect people of all ages through all subtypes. And although also some subtypes may be more common in certain age groups, this is by far one of the more common type of cancer. Symptoms of lymphomas can include swelling of the lymph nodes, fever, fatigue, weight loss, and night sweats, among others. Treatments for lymphoma can vary depending on the type and stage of the disease, but may include chemotherapy, radiation therapy, targeted therapy, and or stem or cell transplantation. It's important to consult a healthcare provider for proper diagnosis and management of lymphomas. In this channel, we are approaching the disease from an investor perspective, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist. So I'm reading it as an investor. I'm trying to understand this disease as an investor. I'm trying to understand what causes it. I'm trying to understand what is the market size. I'm trying to understand when a new therapy is going to come, how likely it is to succeed, and if it succeeds, what is the market volume that's going to be. So that's the angle in which I'm coming at the disease. So please remember, I'm not a doctor or a scientist. So whatever you see here, if you have any questions, you'll have to talk to your personal healthcare provider, and they will be the right source to give you exact information specific to your situation. Now, coming back to lymphomas, non-refractory lymphoma is a term used to describe lymphomas that respond well to initial treatment and go into remission, meaning there is no evidence of the disease. Refractory lymphoma, on the other hand, refers to lymphomas that do not respond to initial treatment or that relapse after treatment. It's important to note that the classification of lymphomas can be complex and may involve multiple factors such as cell type, stage of the disease, and genetic characteristics. Treatment for lymphomas will depend on the specific type and other individual factors and may involve a combination of chemotherapy, radiation therapy, targeted therapy, and or stem or cell transplantation. In the next video in this series, we'll talk about gene therapies for lymphomas. If you don't want to miss this video, please press subscribe and notify. By the way, if you like the work I'm doing here, you can please consider using the Super Thanks feature to support the channel. See you in the next video. Bye for now.